It's amazing how brilliant young people are in Africa. It's really amazing, very impressive. It was a pleasure talking to those three winners. Up next is another young person who has fascinated us. Now, did you know that the famous Things Fall Apart was written by Chinua Achebe when he was just 28 years old? As great as that novel has become, as respected as it has become all over the world, Chinua wrote it when he was just 28 years old. And a lot of other writers have written great books when they were very young. Chimamanda Adichie's novel, Purple Hibiscus, was written when she was just 26 years old. And then The Swamp was written by Professor Wole Soyinka when he was just 22. Lion and the Jewel was written when he was just 25. So many examples like that. Now, this young lady that we have up next has written her own debut novel at the age of 17. I was amazed when I got to know that some days back, and I got a copy of her novel titled Hall of Fame. Now, let's get to meet her and enjoy her reading. Please stay tuned.
Hello everybody, my name is Kulthum Asha. I am a student at the African Leadership University studying social science, and I am also the author of the Hall of Fame. The Hall of Fame is about a group of students who are the head of the school and handle the prosecutor and lawyer part of the school. They are called the youth attorneys, and they handle injustices that happen within the school. They are the disciplinary community, and they are also the fellow students in the school. What inspired me to write the book is this congruent problems of injustice, rape, bullying that goes on in school nowadays, and I wanted to delve into it and show people the perspective from somebody who's also from a poor background and has to experience these things. Now I'm going to read chapter 5 of the book. Let us wrap up your statement one more time, Minita, Lizzie said to Minita. We lawyers were gathered in the Sahara classroom, getting ready for Minita's trial. On the day Tokpe's necklace was stolen, I was out with my friends to Refuge Reef. The necklace was stolen an hour after I got back, but I hadn't gone back to my room at the time it was stolen. I had slept in my boyfriend's room because he had just gifted me a beautiful necklace. Minita said as she was interrupted by Sean. Do you maybe think the necklace your boyfriend gave you was stolen? Sean asked Minita. My boyfriend couldn't afford an expensive necklace, so he got me a cheap one. Even the gold was rusted. Nevertheless, it was still beautiful, Minita said, smiling. I was sure that the thought of the memory must have brought that smile to her face. Then that crosses out the thought that your boyfriend stole it, I said to Minita. My question is, where is the necklace then? I asked no one in particular. My thoughts exactly. If Tokpe was indeed trying to frame her, she would have put it in one of her belongings or something. Lizzie said before realization finally dawned on us. As scary as it seemed, Tokpe was saying the truth. Her necklace was stolen, but by who? Minita and I were on our way to the courtroom. She was still a bit shaken up after Muna's interrogation. I came in during half of the interrogation to give her some moral support because she looked like she really needed it. Well, if it isn't the thief and her sidekick, Tokpe said, coming from behind us. She was with some boy who had his hands around her waist. I don't know if she was desperate, but honestly, she could do way better. Can we at least be civil until after the court case? I said to Tokpe as Minita just cowered in fear by my side. You don't tell us what to do, the boy said, straightening his stance in a way to intimidate us. Frankly, I wasn't talking to you, so mind your business, I said to him in a venomous tone. He's my boyfriend and a witness, so it is his business, Tokpe said, glaring at me. But I just stood there confused. How is this boy a witness to Minita stealing the necklace, when the necklace wasn't even found and there was no proof that Minita actually stole it? All this information was really hurting my brain sincerely. The hall where the trial would take place was magnificent. It looked straight out of a castle. It was designed like a chamber in the medieval times. The benches were carved nicely. The podium looked fit for a king. Everything looked so surreal and unique. And the only thing that wasn't similar to the medieval times were the outfits of the young people seated in the courtroom. Before I walked in, I was given the lawyer's robe. It was a black robe similar to graduation gowns. It was a bit heavy and it had gold stripes on the left and right wing of the robe. Your Honor, my client says she wasn't in the room at the time of the theft. Miss Holloway just heard the sound of talking and there is no evidence that it was Minita's voice, I said to the judge, who was also the engineering teacher. Your Honor, the defendant's voice is indeed heard speaking while my client was making the voice message, and I would like to play the audio for the court, Muna said, and resumed to attach the phone to the sound system. The whole court exclaimed when they could indeed hear Minita speak at the background of the voice message. But you told me you weren't in the room at that time, I said to Minita. I'm telling the truth, I wasn't there, Minita said, trembling a bit in fear. Your Honor, this audio could have been recorded at any time my client was in the room. There is no proof that it was at the time my client got back from a night out, I said to the judge. Your Honor, I would like to bring forth a witness, Miss Holloway's boyfriend, Alex, Muna said to the judge. Alex walked up to the podium. Mr. Alex, at what time did you see Miss Minita exiting Miss Holloway's room with the necklace? Muna asked him. I saw her around 12:30 p.m.ish, Alex said. And how was she dressed? Muna asked. She dressed like she was coming back from a party. She wore black lacy lingerie with some very tight shorts. I can't really remember the rest of the clothes she wore. When I asked her what she was doing with the necklace, she told me it was hers, Alex said. Muna paused for a while before she spoke.